Underwood. Thin ice!
So I can't knock down a triple here. Woo, okay. I didn't even miss a shot this entire time, so take that. This better be good for the team.
Oh,
I thought for sure he
there it is. Boom!
Yes! All right. Illini Basketball Podcast, episode 264, April 16th, 2022, plus 3, 5, 2025. Yeah, first one of the actual offseason where the national championship is over. Illinois in full, swing.
Doing things, I guess. Yeah, it's we're back to Wednesday nights. So cheers to everybody out there. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful spring day in Central Illinois, because
I'm sure that's where everybody's at.
It was perfect. And if you're in like Thailand or Vietnam, wherever you guys are at, I hope it was beautiful there too.
It's kind of weird to mention.
Didn't you say we had Asian viewers on this show?
It was like 3 years ago. They probably quit on us by now.
What's up, Coach? What's up, Wally? Hope everybody's doing well. We got some things to talk about, I guess. So let's talk about them.
Yeah.
Kasparis and Will Riley both declared for the NBA draft within 4 hours of each other, I think. Kasparis first on, was that yesterday? The day before?
I feel like it was 2 days ago.
The first on 2 days ago, whenever that was.
Monday.
Yeah, first two ever one and dones ever to wear an Illini jersey, which is kind of crazy. I guess not, because John Gross wasn't going after one and dones, I guess, but I don't know when one and done started. How long ago did that start? When did they make that rule? As long as you've been alive?
No, because one and done's been a thing if you go back to Derrick Rose.
Yeah, but you used to be able to just go out of high school, and then
you had to go. That had to have stopped.
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, or LeBron.
Was the last one.
LeBron had to be one of the last ones. Yeah, and that was LeBron's draft was 03 or 04. So,
gotcha. Yeah. The boomers are going crazy on Facebook, I hear.
What about Tracy McGrady? Somebody look that up.
Yeah, look that up.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, Bitsilla says.
Well, that's not a good enough answer. Look up Tracy McGrady. Yeah, I looked at the Draft Digest, and the Draft Digest is great for Kasparis Yakachonis, not so much for Will Riley, I guess. They have Will Riley going 27th to Brooklyn. Dwight Howard year was the last, so that was 07, 06? Let's really get an answer on this. I mean, how about you look up Dwight Howard?
Give us the year, guys.
04.
04. That was going to be my guess. So you were.
So the 05 draft was.
Thanks, Carson. Philip says 06. He's wrong. Cool.
The 05 draft was Andrew Bogut. Okay. Anyway, Will Riley 27th on the Draft Digest mock to Brooklyn. And it has Kasparis going 5th to Philadelphia. So interesting there. That's the only one I looked at. I don't think The Athletic has done one since March. And Bleacher Report I am trying to find. And I found it. Flag 1, Harper 2, Edgecombe 3, Bailey 4, Queen 5, Fears 6. That would be devastating if Fears goes ahead of KJ. Malawach 7th. He's getting deported out of America, going to Canada, I guess. Malawach. I'm not going to make a joke that I was going to make, but he should get rebounds in the Final Four instead of 0.
True.
Trey Johnson, 8. Knuppel, 9th. Asa Newell, 10th. I mean, where the hell is KJ? Jace Richardson, 11th. KJ, 12th. Bleacher Report's high. They have him going 12th. No,
Where do you think they'll go? NBA
I think KJ will go 6 to 11.
Where do you think Will Riley goes? 50?
I would say anywhere from 14 to 29.
Okay.
They have KJ going in the number. A lot of scrolling. Danny Wolf, 21st. Will Riley, 23rd.
Okay.
Atlanta. Seems to be a popular spot for Riley. I think there's another mock that had him going 23rd to Atlanta. That's a pick from the Lakers.
So are you on the boat that Will Riley should come back and be a lottery pick next year?
No.
Why not?
I don't like what would that even do, you know?
I don't know. Like I guess like the only thing that could happen is like you probably get injured, right? And then you're just screwed.
We knew he was going to be. We knew.
There's no reason.
We knew he was going to be a one and done.
I mean, he's not good enough.
Yeah, that take is just so boring. And I feel like you're kind of disrespecting the players a little bit too with the way you respond to that take. I won't lie.
What? How do I respond?
Like unintentionally by saying that they don't know how the NBA works, but like. The NBA, that is true, but also like these guys are also very good. I feel like that's what gets taken away by the comments of the boomers that are upset at the way KJ played down the stretch and Will Riley's not ready because he's, very Bambi-like stature. But like, come on.
Well, I think Will Riley, the improvement over the season proves that his potential is very high. So,
and KJ sucks.
Extra millions for Riley. Apparently, Illinois doesn't have any money. We'll get into that later.
Oh, please. Spend it on the golf team.
Bootzilla said next time do your own research, Ethan. So
no.
Good work. Way to do nothing. That's what happens when Ethan gets a job and his show goes in the shitter. So.
It's gonna get worse, guys. Trust me. It's gonna get worse.
Who in the chat thinks that Will Riley should come back? I want to hear that.
You're not going to address Finkel's comment?
No, I don't care about the Blues or hockey. So
you're missing out. The Bulls are down 14 at the end of the third, by the way, for those who care about the Bulls.
I don't care about them either. Io's hurt.
That's why they're losing. They'd be up if you were playing.
Need an intern, and we've been trying to hire one for.
There was somebody who messaged about being an intern, and then they never responded to me.
You probably cussed him out. He's like, "Never mind, I don't want to do this."
I didn't do that. And if that's what an intern thinks, that's how it works.
See, Bootsilla's in the boomer thing. He said they should come back.
But like, why?
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to come back. I'm happy for him. I don't know how the NBA works, so I'd love to see Riley back. Where's Dane projected to go in the draft?
Great question.
What, the Chinese draft or
84th on the overall big board. So I don't think he's getting drafted.
Yeah, as a fan, I would absolutely love Will Riley to come back.
It's almost like a fat power forward who can't guard is not going to be drafted in the NBA. That's Dane Danger.
Or shoot.
Yeah. And he's overweight.
But man, does he have some quick feet.
By the way, the Big Ten is cleaning up in the transfer portal, and not Illinois.
Everybody but Illinois.
Can I just say that the Athletics transfer portal ratings, number 1 is going to Iowa, number 2 is going to Michigan, 3 is going to UCLA, 6 somehow is Merez, which is fucking outrageous, is going to Michigan. DeVries is going to Indiana. He's 9th. Who's 8th? Oh, we'll talk about this guy later. He may or may not have played at Florida State last year. He's number 8 in the portal, according to the Athletic. So if Illinois is going after this guy instead of a certain Italian fella, maybe there's no problem with that. Don't you guys want to get older? I mean, this is the perfect move to get older. We'll talk about it later. But they did get 2 guys, right? You didn't have the second guy for some reason. I had to add that.
2 guys. We know how to say Ivisic, so I'm not worried about that. They also got David. Just gonna call him Dave, I guess.
You can't say Mirkovic.
Mir.
Have you ever heard of a European?
I would have said Mirkovic.
Yeah, see, you don't understand how the.
Did I spell that wrong? Are you fixing it?
I think it should say commits. It's on me.
Oh. All right.
David, it's got to be Mirkovic. I mean, that's Mirkovic. Mirkovic was the guy for the Bulls. MIR is Mir. And then, the IC is obviously Itch. Ivisic Mirkovic coming to Illinois.
Cindy's back with her positivity. She says no damn sorry now.
Quite a few whiffs. Yeah, the national championship was like 8 days ago, but whatever.
We need to get more athletic and older.
Can I interest you in Jameer Watkins? Who was getting slandered in a group chat that I'm in? Jameer Watkins was getting slandered today.
Really?
Yeah, by 2 guys who pretend that they know what they're saying.
I mean, I'd rather have Juju, but whatever works. Ivisic, Tommy's brother. I think he's already signed with Illinois.
Yeah, they made it official. Yeah.
It's weird that one's 7'1" and one's 7 foot or something. 7'2". So Zvonimir's taller.
I think he's got a longer head.
Longer neck, maybe.
Yeah,
he is quite skinnier. A little bit more slender. Will probably play more of the 4 with Tommy playing the 5. Do you think these 2 start together?
I mean, I think it'd be hilarious, but I don't know if I see that. He's the number 72 player in the portal in the Athletics rankings, which I think the Athletic rankings are going to be about as good as you get because it's done by guys who, watch college basketball and aren't all about hype. Although I will say I don't know if Bennett Sturts is actually the best player in the portal, but that's fine. You can do that. Here's what they said about him. He's a highly skilled, but still hasn't quite found the best way to shape his game to actually impact winning. He has flashy moments, such as his 27 points against Alabama or 25 against LSU, but it's all very inconsistent, and it's not an accident that his minutes decreased during Arkansas's funny postseason run. He can dribble, pass, and shoot, which is ridiculous at his size, but he's extremely skinny, which allows him to be moved. Fletcher. Mm-hmm. Which allows him to be moved around a bit too easily. Defensively, his positioning and overall reactivity can be an adventure. Having said that, there is serious upside. The right coach can figure him out on defense. That's from Sam Vicini, the Athletic. I mean, he averaged 8.4 and almost an assist per game last year. He's played 2 years at the college level, although really it's a year and a half. Kentucky didn't enroll, get to play until I think it was February when he actually played. But I mean, it makes a lot of sense. If Tommy's going to come back and his brother's interested in coming to Illinois and Illinois is interested in him, this is a pretty obvious one. He's ranked 3 spots ahead of Amani Hansberry in the portal on here, by the way. And just behind a guy that I really like who kind of fell off a little bit last year, Tyon Grant Foster, a wing out of Grand Canyon, who I would love Illinois to take a swing at. Guy's from – I don't know if he's from the state of Illinois, but I believe he played at DePaul, which is an absolute hellhole for basketball players traditionally. And he's, he's definitely not from Chicago, but I tried my best to say that he was.
How high was John Tonje in the transfer portal last year?
Probably not very high. He might have been higher the year before after he went Colorado State. Was he coming from Colorado State? I don't know.
Coach says no, playing Spurs together, but not start. Mirkovic at the 4, 2 and 3 aren't on the roster yet, and Boswell at the point. That seems pretty right. Mirkovic, have you watched a lot of his tape? He's like,
I've watched a little bit. I think from a positional defensive standpoint, I think that's where he's really good.
Yeah.
The offensive game, I don't think is there yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen enough, though.
He did play in the Nike Hoop Summit. I think he had 8 points.
Yeah, I had it on
limited
TV,
minutes.
but I didn't watch. Damn.
I wasn't able to watch it,
I
so
was trying to watch Dame Sar, but no point now.
yeah, it's not good. So, but yeah, so Illinois got 2 spots filled, and we'll talk about who else will fill them in a little bit. So, Tanjay was coming off an injury.
Yeah.
Brad's been trying to get injury, guys. That hasn't been going well either.
The guy that they're allegedly going all in on right now, I think would be such a better fit for this team than Dame Sar. But I understand the flash of like wanting a guy like Dame Sar.
Yeah, and Brad today he had an interview. He had his Coaches versus Cancer fundraiser, and he basically said, "I want to get older."
And this guy that they might be going after is a guy that is older.
Yeah, so
it almost makes too much sense. I know he's getting slandered by a lot of people, but I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean he looks like a able-bodied 6'7".
Let's just skip to him now. So DGL is going to UNLV. DGL is going to UNLV. Get this shit out of the way.
Yeah, DGL's UNLV is going to go to Las Vegas. I hope his mom follows him out there. That should be a shit show. And Josh Dix went to Creighton.
Not BYU, as many have said.
Some might have thought he went to BYU.
It's the same thing. It's just a little bit, geographically different and religiously, I suppose. But the colors, right on the money.
I did what I could. I would say the exact opposite. He is ready offensively, but not quick enough on defense, as Lazy Force said.
When
says you don't know what you're talking about.
Cindy, when was Illinois in on Owen Freeman? I'd like to hear more about that. Josh Six is not a person. Jalen Sellers, who gives a flying fuck they didn't get him?
Yeah, Jalen Sellers. The people that wanted him are absolutely idiots.
Stupid. Ian Jackson has really good tape, and he's a really talented player, but that just realistically probably wasn't ever going to happen. So I think the only actual swing and a miss on that list is Josh Dix.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
so try to. I know.
Moved back home. So that
I know she's here to slander Brad and the staff, but like you gotta bring a little bit more than that.
Are we sure that's not DGL's mom? Undercover? Yeah, April's been going crazy on Twitter. If you guys want to go look her up, we're not.
I think we've
not going there.
I think we've moved past that at this point. We probably won't ever talk about her again.
I'm sure she'll end up in the group chat a few more times with Hinkle, but sure.
Well, I'll leave if that happens.
Dix went home for his sick mother. See?
Yes, Cindy. How you feel now?
Nothing Brad could do about that one.
Dame Sar. The message boards or whoever the 2-4. I don't know.
Whoa, I don't think you can say that.
I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I do not care. We're illegally getting information from 247 and not paying for it. Dame Sar, it looks like might be going to Oregon or USC. That's what they're saying.
I don't know. I found an article from like today that said that Kentucky and BYU are in on him now.
Go to BYU, please.
Kristen Peck of Locked On the NBA Big Board said that those two are involved. So, Dame Sar price has went through the roof after the Nike Hoop Summit, apparently. And if he ends up at USC or Oregon, that's kind of crazy to me. But
it's almost like
I could see Kentucky, BYU spending $3.5 million on him to get him, but.
You don't think Oregon, who is basically run by Nike?
I absolutely think they could, but I mean, I guess
after their summit,
sure, yeah.
That summit was in Oregon.
That's true. Okay, I'm an idiot. Sorry.
USC on the other hand, that's just Musselman, scamming colleges into spending money for him because he's a really good coach. But like, if Illinois, I think Illinois is smart if they're backing away, being like, we don't want to spend this much money on another European 18-year-old when Jameer Watkins is sitting right there. I think Jameer Watkins is one of those guys that will be so much better on a winning team.
Yeah. He was really good. I mean, he was leading scorer for FSU last year, 18.5 points. He had about 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists. I watched a little video on him. I mean, highlight videos are highlight videos. Everything looks good. He doesn't mind shooting the three, even though he shoots it at 32%. And he doesn't mind shooting it 6 feet behind the 3-point line either. But he can get downhill. He can fight through contact. And Hinkle said it in our chat. I mean, just with the spacing that Illinois is going to be able to give him, I think it would be a perfect fit for him. If he can shoot the ball a little bit better, he doesn't have a bad looking shot. And what I was really impressed with was his passing, like his touch passes, his alley oops. They were all really nice looking. So
2.5 assists per game last season.
Yeah. So, Illinois drop a bag on this guy. I'm all for it.
The Athletic says of Jameer Watkins, which I think is good. He has the combination of size, athleticism, and defensive abilities, the best combination, I should say, of size, athleticism, and defensive abilities of any wing in the portal. He'll be 24 by the time the season starts. He's a pro's body. He played some point guard at Florida State and does a nice job playing out of ball screens, able to make the reads and see over the defense at 6'7", excels attacking the rim and drawing fouls, drew 7.1 per 40 minutes. His jumper has never really become reliable, and that's why he's still in school. He's just a career 32.5% three-point shooter. He takes too many threes, 165 last year.
Yeah.
And mid-range shots for his abilities. He should focus on getting to the basket and only shooting wide-open threes. He shot 39.1% on catch-and-shoot opportunities last year. That would help him become a more efficient player. He's been the best guy on a mediocre team the last 2 years at Florida State, and it's worth questioning if he can be as effective playing more off the ball, but I'm a believer he could be one of the best guys for a winner. That's CJ Moore, the Athletic, speaking of him. And, in the Athletics' top 10 players in the portal, him and Darion Williams from Texas Tech are the only two that haven't committed to a team yet.
Yeah. I believe Kentucky's also going after him too. So Kentucky just going after everybody. But we'll see what happens. It sounds like this is a good opportunity for Brad to put a name on the board that, I think would make people happy. It's not going to make everybody happy, but they need length and athleticism in a wing with his abilities. So Coach says apparently Sarr's agent asked Brad to wait out the whole draft process for a Sarr decision. Brad said no, didn't want to risk left empty-handed. That would make sense. So everybody's talking about Hummer, but we're going to talk about the Ace Wolf coming back. Adam Miller, apparently, allegedly, in talks with Illinois, coming back for year 24 or whatever, however long he's been in college now. He played 30 minutes last year at Arizona State. He was Illinois, ACL injury, LSU, Arizona State the last 2 years. So he does have a COVID year. That's how he's eligible. Me and Hinkle figured that out today. Hinkle should just be our intern, by the way. Pretty much is anyways. Played 30 minutes, averaged about 10 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, 2 assists a game, 1 steal. Shot it. His splits were 45, 43, 76. I was impressed that he shot at 43% last year because I looked back over the 3 years before that, and he shot it around 32% over those years. So that's my only worry.
He also tanked his three-point percentage in the last 2 games. He shot 2 for 12.
Really?
He had 15, 3 and 2 in the Crown against Nebraska.
Okay.
And shot 1 for 7 from 3.
He, I think he averaged 7 threes a game at LSU.
Yeah.
So
he had 22 against Texas Tech in double overtime this season.
He was more down to that like 4 or 5 range in his other years. So
he had 18 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist on 55, 60, 83 splits against Florida this season as well. Against the national champs. Look out.
Yeah. 4.5 assists per game last year. Who are we talking about?
Probably not anybody that we're talking about.
Will Riley? Yeah. If you're going to wait somebody out, you wait out Will Riley. Dame
No.
Sarr.
No.
Over Dame Sarr, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
you leave a spot open if Will somehow decides to come back. And 4.5 3-point attempts last year. Got you. Yeah. Which I think that this offense is different than the offense that he was in last time too. So he was kind of stuck in a corner. He didn't like it. He might get stuck in a corner again, but I think defensively
he was on like the best team in the country, one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah.
So
right. But I think defensively, this is kind of what Illinois needs. I mean, if you can get Miller and Watkins, you get that athleticism. You have Boswell, who's already a pretty good defender, and then you have the white big guys trying to just clog up the lane. So,
and you need another lefty. Due to get another lefty back in the mix. Haven't had a prolific lefty shooter since Alfonso Plummer, unless I'm forgetting somebody, over the past 4 or 5 years. So it wouldn't hurt to get another lefty in the mix shooting. And if it's a guy who's already been here before, whatever, so be it. But I think right now, you get Jameer Watkins, you get Adam Miller. I think your roster's in a pretty good spot. I still wonder if there's one more front court piece they want to add. I don't know how comfortable they are relying on the Ivisic brothers as well as Jaxties and Mirkovic in the front court. I don't think we need Hummer back. I think we've seen enough on that one.
What?
What the hell they need him for?
Brad wants him. Brad said today he wants him back.
I don't know why.
I mean, I wrote down on the doc, I said, will Big Hummer make a return, and does anybody care other than me? So,
yeah, exactly. And they got 2 freshmen to work in, and Jake Davis is back. Jake Davis can he's a little smaller, but the combination of Jake Davis and Mirkovic, I think, means that we've seen enough of Hummer. Go play church league basketball. You
don't think Hummer would be better a year after playing?
I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't want to deal with it again.
He would be a great 8th or 9th man.
One more
year of the Hummer hoodie, exactly.
They already have enough guys, right?
By the way, if you bought merch and it hasn't arrived, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean,
what's going on with that?
I don't even know what I can do.
I don't know. Give me a login. I'll yell at somebody.
I don't know.
I need Hummer merch. That's not Zachary Johnson golf guy, is it?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Why wouldn't it be? Hummer took big strides late in the season. He would be a good role player next season, 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't think Hummer would be used like he was this year, for sure. I want Ben back. All right. Hummer's shooting 45% from 3 this season. All right. I'm glad that there's more Hummer fans. Imagine he comes back and he never misses all season. 3 attempts a game, never misses. Yeah. So it's not on here, but early predictions. We don't know who else Illinois is going to get at this point. Where do you see them finishing in the Big Ten next year? 4th. Okay. Do you think if they add Miller and Watkins, they're a better team than they were this year? Because somebody might have said that. And I don't know if that's true.
No. Yes. No. I think they're a safer bet to be better than like.
I mean, they're definitely go from youngest to oldest, like Brad did 2 years ago or whatever.
Yes.
Remember that time Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl?
It's like one of the 3 or 4 worst Adam Sandler films. No doubt. Brutal.
You're looking forward to we got films down there later. Never mind. Talk about that later.
I just sent a thing to the merch people. We'll see what they say.
It's about time you did something. I only texted you 4 days ago.
I'm working 6 days a week. It's tough. Anyway, other
More
college basketball
consistent,
stuff.
lower ceiling. Well, we never saw the highest of the ceiling. So.
Jeffrey. Jamel Jones is not intriguing. I mean, Jesus Christ.
No
Go
shot.
watch the tape.
Don't
He's
ever let that guy walk into oven.
I mean, that would be a travesty.
Snubbing.
What the hell does anybody see
Hold on.
at Illinois?
Before we get into other college basketball stuff, let's see if the chat has anything else they want to talk about. Illinois basketball. Yes.
We gave him
also, if you're here, like, subscribe.
This is a podcast episode, by the way. 264.
Episode 264. Chad Baker Mazzara.
He is older than me, I believe, and he's going to play at Auburn next year or somewhere, right?
Nasser Rankin.
Definitely Nasir.
See, that's why I don't say it. What about Jake Davis? What about him?
You know, Nasir Rankin is apparently a football player, so who gives a fuck, Joe? Jesus Christ.
What do you think about
going to Illinois? Great.
What do you think about the McRae guy leaving? Chat? Because Ethan doesn't care.
Well, luckily for Illinois, they don't have to play Oregon this year in foosball.
Is Nasir a baller or not?
Definitely, yeah. I'm sure he's great.
Is he a 4-star? Is that the 4-star from Florida?
I hope Illinois football goes 4-8.
Remember when you said they were going to go 2-10 last year?
Yeah, that's shocking. This will be it's every other year. They'll go 2-10 this year.
It might be they're like a top 10 recruiting class right now.
No, they're not.
Right, concurrently, I'm
top
sure they
10.
are.
Top 10 if you consider
I think there's 7.
Top 10 if you take away like half the schools in the country, they're definitely top 10. Yeah.
Warner just tweeted it. Derek Piper. The Illini have been exploring a reunion with Arizona State guard Adam Miller. Okay, good talk.
Illinois is 44th on 247.
44th?
44th in composite rank, 41st in transfer rank, 47th overall rank.
Has Warner been lying to me?
Maybe they're 7th in the Big Ten.
I could have swore he said in the country.
Why would you think they're better than the biggest brands in the sport? That takes up like 6 spots right there. Plus the money that like Florida, Auburn, A&M, LSU, Tennessee is throwing around.
I'm looking. It remains early, and the rankings will undoubtedly change. But Illini football currently has the number 7 recruiting class in the country.
2026? For 2026? That has to be why he's saying it's early.
Illinois is on track for its
they're
first top
7th in
30
2026.
class.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, who cares? So much more is going to happen. They're not going to stay ahead of Oregon and like Alabama.
I mean, top 30 would be good though. It's Illinois.
I guess.
McRae was the number 2 running back. Yeah, they got like 12 of them, don't they?
Yep.
Jake's hair makes me think he's going to thrive. You think Jake has long hair next year?
Yes.
I think he cuts it off like TKR. Who are the top 5 shooting guards in the portal that can handle the ball?
Don't care.
Adam Ace Wolf Miller was
also like, how is Jeffrey bringing up Jamel Jones when like Cedric Coward from Washington State is so much better and similar and so much better? Like, if you're gonna bring up a guy like that, bring him up.
I don't know why Illinois fans just like they see a name and they're like, man, I love that guy.
Exactly. See, that's something that I've been trying to challenge. I did it with Trey White last year, Jamel Jones this year. Cedric Coward, by the way, ranked ahead of Jacoby Gillespie and Ian Jackson in the portal on The Athletic. So I don't know why everybody turned this guy down just because he was injured. I mean, he looks like got a very solid, smooth game.
22 minutes ago, Ant Wright tweeted Someone please take her phone. I can't imagine who he's talking about.
Let me just take a peek here real quick. Just how out of control we're getting here.
You didn't see you didn't read them. You were busy working. I love Trey White. Guys, have they stopped making Buffalo Trace? So I bought 2 bottles today. I'm worried their distillery got flooded.
This is not loading, so whatever.
What's not loading? He sent it in a message. He literally sent it in a message. Do you want me to read it to you?
You're stupider? What does that mean? What is she talking about?
I don't know, but the first one and the one that Hinkle sent is a little psycho.
Do you think Illinois is going to get Adam Miller?
I don't have any clue, but it sounds like it. I mean, from what I'm hearing from my sources.
You guys were texting so much that I muted it, so that's why I didn't see this.
I don't even know how to mute texts. Yeah. Read that first one. How do you call your son's girlfriend that?
I can say this on the air, right?
On the Twitters, you sure you can.
DGL's, think of this quote that I'm about to say. DGL's mother apparently referred to his girlfriend as a cum dumpster slut. Interesting. Stay tuned. Wow.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, it's a good thing it's late night. Oh,
Jeez.
This is an episode.
I don't give a fuck.
Jeez.
I was quoting somebody, everybody. I didn't say that on my own. That's great.
I just said he was intriguing. He's got a nice 12 fade jumper.
Yeah, but it's like molasses getting the ball out of his hands. It's so damn slow.
Fagan is the number one, probably wanted more money and a featured role. Yeah, he's not a big buy committee guy. I hear about McRae. We're all over the place right now. So I like Miller as first guard off the bench, not a starter. If we're going to pay $1.5 million for him, he probably should start. But
I would start him over Ty Rodgers.
Yeah, that'll be interesting too. I mean, Ty decided to stay.
He still got a role. He can be the sixth man.
Yeah. After starting,
like if your lineup is Boswell, Miller, the circumstances change. Boswell, Miller, Watkins, Tommy. Who's the fifth? Like, who's your fifth guy? Is it the other Ivisic, or does Mirkovic start as a freshman?
I don't think Mirkovic can start.
Do you start Rodgers and just go a little bit smaller at your four?
Probably.
You have Watkins at the 4, even though Watkins is really like a 1 through 4 guy.
I think it depends on how well Ty Rodgers' shot improved.
Does Merez start at the 1? Oh, wait, that's a different team. Scumbag. Don't think that we forgot, Merez. Don't think that we forgot. Don't post about KJ and Will Riley. We don't give a fuck what you think.
I don't think DGL will be going home for Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna guess they probably don't even have traditional Thanksgiving with his mom.
If Ty or Miller is starting, we are effed more than DGL's girlfriend.
How?
What do you mean? Adam Miller is literally a 23-year-old, 4-year
Adam Miller
high-level basketball player.
Adam Miller has started 113.
You guys loved Adam Miller as a freshman. Now you hate him?
You just ruined my line. He started 113 of 117 games in his career. So he started a lot. And he's spent all 4 years in high major programs. Arizona State, Pac-12, Big 12.
What?
LSU, SEC, Illinois, Big 10.
What's everybody worried about the twins playing together for?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think Zvonimir is quick enough that he can play the 4.
They can both shoot the 3. It's not like you're starting Shaquille O'Neal, 2 Shaquille O'Neals together.
Right.
Just play underneath.
Right.
43% from three last year,
dangerous or
Jeffrey.
something.
How's that for you? 43% from three last year, Jeffrey. 2 for 12 in the last 2 games. Still shot 43. And he's never played in front of a full State Farm Center, by the way. COVID.
True.
Nobody's a bigger Adam Miller guy than me when he was here. So
That's true.
it's like you with Hummer, except I'm attaching myself to good basketball players. Just kidding. Hummer's nice guy. It's just, maybe seen enough there. Who knows?
Thanks, Jess and Germ. Ask your wife if you can get your own account, though.
Well,
Unless it's the wife, and then ask your husband if you can get your own account.
Brett is going to start Hummer, just guaranteed. No, he's not. Hummer's not going to be on the team, so.
I don't think. Yeah. I think if Hummer comes back, I could see him starting. It's going to piss a lot of people off.
So you're saying that so lazy Forrest Gump, which Forrest Gump, by the way, is so bad. Anyway, it doesn't matter. When I say fuck, I don't mean a losing season, but it's not. What are you, Forrest Gump? Literally, not a national contender. I don't think that's fair to say just based on Adam Miller or Ty Rodgers starting.
So, who out there do you guys think makes this team a national contender?
Dame Sarr, an 18-year-old who's never played in America, and those bitch if he shoots 20% from three. Like, what are we doing? Also, Dame Sarr is like a 20% free throw shooter, so have fun with that, Oregon or wherever he goes. He should go to BYU and play with DeBonsa.
Yeah.
For the great Kevin Young. Phenomenal ball coach.
Forrest Gump winning over Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption was an absolute travesty.
Yeah, we all know. It wasn't as bad as 1991, but,
Calm down. We got fun topics coming up. All right, that's enough Illinois talk. What else do we want to talk about in college basketball?
AJ Storr to Ole Miss. Woo! Can't believe Chris Beard wants him, but whatever. He'll probably make him good. I'm sure AJ Storr will have a good year.
I mean, I think the SEC probably suits him a lot better.
You think that Purdue is going to be like the greatest team of all time because some Jewish kids go in there? What's the deal with that?
I mean, they look tough right now. There's no doubt about it.
I don't know if this guy's Jewish, but he probably is, right?
I mean, he's from Israel, right?
Tel Aviv, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who this guy is.
Oscar Mayer.
It's hard to evaluate. I mean, is he KJ good? Because Ant Wright seems to not know if he's really an NBA guy yet or not, where I feel like he kind of knew KJ was going to be an NBA guy. If they get somebody to replace Fletcher Lawyer and make him sixth man, I think they're solid. The biggest worry about them is they're going to be really white besides TKR.
What's wrong with that?
We're not athletic.
No, some are.
Well, some are. Maybe the ones from Israel are.
This kid's definitely not as good as KJ, or at least not, coming in, not as good as KJ. I mean, he only played 8 minutes a game in the EuroLeague when he played.
Screw it. See if
but he's also
can get another year.
Okay, shut up.
Michigan roster build makes no sense to me.
It makes more sense if Yaxel goes to the NBA.
Yeah.
But obviously they plan on starting Merez at the 1 with Cadeau at the 2. God.
I heard Jalen Coleman-Lands might get an 8th year. He didn't play this year, did he?
No.
He was done.
He started in 2010. I think he got done last year.
I thought we were over the COVID year stuff, and then I completely didn't even remember. If you had a, red shirt or a medical red shirt, you'd have an extra year like Ace Wolf. So
I'll say this about Purdue. I don't know if they'll be the most talented. They won't be the most talented team in the Big Ten, but I think they'll have the best starting 5 pretty easily, I would say, with Smith, with Oscar Clough and TKR in the front court.
Yeah.
Lawyer,
they just got some kid from Northern Florida or something that apparently is a shooter too.
Yeah.
like I think they're done. I don't know if Purdue has any more room to add anybody. Like it, I assume that they're hoping that Cox and
I heard the Dame Sar's going there.
Colvin, get
Colvin's
better.
in the portal.
Who's the other guy? Who am I thinking of?
Jakari Harris. CJ
Harris,
Cox.
yeah. I said Cox. I can't think of the other guy.
Jakari Harris.
COVID year almost gone. Yeah, it's going to be gone, and then they're just going to let everybody play 5 years, so it's not really going to matter.
Jakari Harris. He's a freshman there.
Yes, Harris. Yes. Did I not agree with you already? What are we doing here?
Trying to look something up real quick here.
I mean, Purdue odds-on favor to win the Big Ten next year.
Yeah. Did you know that Jakari Harris's father is Glenn Robinson?
No. I thought Glenn Robinson Jr.'s father was Glenn Robinson. Glenn Robinson III, actually, wasn't he? Am I thinking of the right guy? Big Dog, Glenn Robinson? The Big Dog?
Glenn Robinson's son is Jakari Harris, who's at Purdue.
Okay. What about, who am I
Yeah,
thinking
that's
of?
the one you're thinking of. Jeez. He's
Well, answer me when I talk to you.
Whoa.
Florida's getting an overrated Asian Prince guard Lee. Is that what that says?
Definitely not what I wrote.
That's what it says.
He is Asian, though. That is true. I did not write Asian.
No. Andrei
Asian Lee.
Stokovich. Any smoke or a rumor?
Stojakovic. My God.
I see. I wish the Europeans would just stay in Europe.
Whoa, dude. That's a very nationalist thing to say. Yeah, Xavier Lee, I think Ant Wright said, or I don't know if it was Ant Wright. It was probably somebody else. I don't know. I don't know why he'd be talking about this anyway. I really think that Xavier Lee's going to struggle with efficiency stuff at Florida. But he's a good player. 17 a game, 36% from three.
Put that he's overrated.
Yeah, he's overrated in terms of he's not going to go to Florida and shoot 36% from three and average 17 a game, I don't think, in his first year.
It's a little bit different than playing in the Ivy League. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, he came out and shot 30% from three against Yale in the Ivy League championship game.
Danny Wolf was pretty good.
Who?
Danny Wolf. Wasn't he in the Ivy League?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Good talk. All right. Well, shut her down.
Okay.
Fun topics. We need to come up with a name for this, I guess, rather than fun topics.
This is exciting. It's good.
Chad Baker Mazzara is going to enter. You seeing that out there somewhere?
Who cares?
There's no shot that I want that guy.
No, he's also 35 years old.
Where are you seeing that at, Hinkle? Is Hinkle does he just get in every message board? What is that? Danny Horse? What is that thing? That ain't a wolf. Danny Dog?
Yeah.
I got nothing. Would you like to talk about Rory McIlroy? I'm sure you're gonna be mad that I said it like that. Yep, exactly. All right. Are you gonna be? Would you like to talk about him winning his Grand Slam after he tried to choke it away by missing a 4-footer on the last hole?
That was not a 4-footer. That was like a 10-footer.
Literally 5 feet.
No.
Yes.
No.
How far was the putt, guys? Danny Wolf.
Probably like a 7-footer.
Wolf.
Definitely an easier putt than the one he missed at Pinehurst on 18.
How long was?
Oh my God! You're gonna get an answer for that.
Rory's putt on 18 at the Masters. It was a short putt. Go ahead, talk about your buddy, your friend, your favorite golfer of all time.
It's been 3 days. I don't know. There's much more to add.
What are your thoughts? Doesn't say how long it was. 7 feet.
That's what I said.
It doesn't say that. I was just trying to make it feel good. Were you happy that Bryson DeChambeau choked?
I don't know if choke is the right word to use with him. I mean, he hit the total eject button. Didn't have it. Didn't have it most of the week. It's kind of surprising he was in the mix.
That's true.
Same
That's
with
true.
Ludwig. Neither
Yeah.
and Scotty.
Are you impressed by?
No,
Well, you're not impressed by Rose at all.
I don't really like Justin Rose, but yeah,
I'm not a fan, but I like him better than Adam Scott. So
runner up at the last two majors.
and I always get those two mixed up. So
They have like identical careers.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, very comparable careers.
If you weren't betting on Rory, would you have rather Justin Rose won?
No.
Really?
Did not care if I had money on Rory or not. I wanted him to win.
Do you think Rory is now going to win like 8 majors in a row?
No.
Since he's got the
I think he wins at least.
proverbial monkey off his back.
I think he wins at least 3 more.
Do you think he wins another one this year?
Yes, I think he wins the next one.
Okay.
At a golf course where he's won multiple times before and won by like 5 last year.
Do you think if Patrick Reed doesn't choke and 3-putt that he wins in a playoff against Rory?
No.
Okay.
The best thing outside of the shot on 15 on Sunday, the best thing that Rory did was pipe it down the middle on 18 twice, which is not an easy tee shot.
True. Yeah, that draw around those trees.
Yeah. And I don't know why people are telling me, oh, Tiger would have made the putt. Tiger had an iconic shot on that same hole and missed the putt. So, like, what? I understand.
Who are these people telling you that? Your group chat?
Scott Van Pelt said it.
Oh.
Other people on Twitter that write about golf and watch golf said it. So it doesn't make any sense to me because, I mean, Tiger hit a shot on 15 that was great with a long iron, and he missed the putt. And Rory made the putt the other day, the Saturday or Friday or whenever that was. He made the putt when he hit that long iron close. I think it was Saturday. So I don't know. And the shot on 17. Can't forget the shot on 17. Reed wasn't making the double eagle if he didn't 3-putt the hole before. Dumb argument. Yeah. Who cares about Patrick Reed? He's a 0.
Well, that doesn't even make sense. He wasn't making a double. It's not even a double eagle, you moron. It's just an eagle.
Yeah, Ray. 5-footer according to the New York Post.
Yeah. That's what bullshit. I said.
That's bullshit.
It was easily 5 feet.
Yeah, he should have made it.
NFL draft's a fun topic. For who?
Whoa. NFL draft next Thursday in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Who's going to be number 1? One of the 2 Colorado guys that got their jerseys retired?
Cam Ward will be the number 1 pick.
That's not either of the...
It's Miami quarterback.
Putting money on that?
Nope.
All right.
Yep. Good Masters, though. Good Masters.
It was. I'm glad that Rory could choke, so it turned out to be good.
Yeah, that shot on
I was literally getting sleepy.
That shot on 13 was something that normal golfers would do, where you lay up and then hit a wedge into the water. That was puzzling.
Finkel, we picked Rory to win, and we still lost $155. So that tells you how good our betting was. Neiman choked, Morikawa choke, Rahm choke.
Why would you bet on Neiman and Rahm, 2 losers?
I mean, it was like top 20, top 10s.
Hovland T21, yeah, it was tough. Props to me for, taking a shot in the dark, though. 40-1, I mean, I don't know what you want from me. I had Rory plus
The
130.
fact that you're going to Ethan for your gambling,
Yeah, what an
knowledge
idiot.
is kind of a concern to me.
I mean, I am up like $300 in the last month, but that's fine.
Wow.
I also have I had a 2-day home run bet streak, and it's over after tonight, but 2 in a row I did it.
That's good stuff.
So, yeah, and I gave him Florida money line, national championship. There you go.
Oh, took Houston.
Didn't look good until it did. I also took the over. What an idiot.
Didn't look good until they let Florida win. I did win first half, so I broke even, but because we all know that Florida is not a first half team. I want to see Ethan cry when the Vikes draft a left guard and run for 200 yards on Greenway. Plus throw for 350 yards a game. Willie Z not making the cut. Big oof.
It's kind of amazing to me that Vikings fans think they have any leg to stand on. I mean, they're a wildly irrelevant franchise in the way of, winning playoff games. They've won 0 under Kevin O'Connell. They have won 0 Super Bowls in their history. They're really a loser franchise in a lot of ways, but in some ways a winner. I mean, regular season winners, they do it well, and then they lose in the playoffs as they traditionally do. The Rams bent them over and fucking beat the fuck out of them. The Eagles bent them over in the NFC title game a few years ago. The Giants with Daniel Jones went into Minnesota and beat the Vikings in the playoffs. Okay, yeah. It's interesting the Vikings fans think they have any leg to stand on as a franchise because they are a fucking loser franchise that is absolutely irrelevant and in a shithole state, by the way. The state of Minnesota sucks. I know, Jeffrey, you probably love Tim Walz, but Jesus Christ. Terrible state, I'm sure. I mean,
if you want to know where Ethan's biggest passion is,
all the numbers tell you right
the
there.
Green Bay Packers.
All the numbers tell you that Minnesota is a shit state, and the Minnesota Vikings are a shit franchise.
Yeah, but have you ever been to the Mall of America?
I have, and it sucked.
Okay, well.
Anyway.
How do we get on the Vikings? Jeffrey, apparently, and Ethan hates Minnesota. I don't really know what's going on anymore. Would you like to talk about films, or are we just going to call this thing?
Maybe a little bit about films,
Oh, okay. Adam Sandler movies. Are you going to watch Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah, I think it's going to be awful. I think the trailer is terrible. The first one's fine, but like
I think the first one was fine because it was like a novel idea, and it was like I think this is going to try way too hard, and it has like actual pros in it. And like, how do you make Happy Gilmore come back? It doesn't even make sense. So,
well, the great Carl Weathers is no longer with us.
It's true.
AKA Chubbs Peterson, who I know died in the film, but I feel like you could do stuff with him. Bob Barker is dead.
Yeah.
I guess Julie Bowen's back.
Yeah, I guess my thing is it was like he started out like we already have Liv, like now it's nothing,
Which Liv is nothing as well. That's true.
What are your thoughts on Wesley Bryant being suspended by the PGA?
Bryant?
Wesley Bryant?
It's Brian.
What Wesley Bryan, one of the Bryan brothers of the famous YouTube golfer brotherhood of brothers.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really care. If you're gonna be on the PGA Tour or have a tour card and do something with Liv, then it makes a lot of sense that he would be gone since there's no deal between the two sides. And if he wants to go to the far more irrelevant side, which is Liv in terms of TV ratings and product on the field, as it were, and
not real golf, fake golf.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. Like,
I think the professional golf standard has been set.
Why don't you just sit on a golden tee on Sundays instead of going out and playing fake golf, though?
That would be more real than Liv, certainly.
You're an idiot.
I just don't get the appeal to Liv at all, and I never will. So it makes sense that all you right-wingers out there have gravitated to Liv. I'll say that.
I don't even know what that means.
The people who can't play golf without drinking a lot and like being cool is part of the problem, I think. Like the people who wouldn't be golfing at all if it weren't like for YouTube golf, which I think YouTube golf is good as a whole in terms of getting younger people
You
into the
literally
game.
started
but I
playing the
wonder-
game like 4 years ago.
Actually, I played my first round of golf in 2015. Thank you. Sorry, I'm a golf purist as a,
Okay.
Can I continue?
Mm-mm.
I just don't want
I'm into
people.
the stream.
I don't want people who
I'm
are
into the stream.
younger getting into golf who are going to treat golf like it's not something, like let's not.
It's not some sacred thing. You're literally going around hitting a little white ball around.
Yeah,
What are
but
you
like
talking about?
I think there's a certain standard for the way you treat a golf course or the way that you dress when you play golf.
Oh. And well, Tyson has a good question. Thoughts on the amateur or whatever he was wearing the upside down word hat? Oh
Yeah.
no, heaven forbid.
I think he's a fucking loser, and I think he should never be able to step on the grounds of Augusta National
Really?
again. The upside down hat thing is one of the dumbest things going. Like, what is the cool in that?
I mean, what's the cool in your pink, goofy ass Kepka hat? Like, what's the point of that?
I'm not
Like,
wearing it
wait,
because I think it's cool.
why
You don't
is-
think people who are wearing upside down letter hats are like, these are cool. Let me wear this because it's so cool. Nothing that I wear, I wear
You're
because I think
wearing
it's cool.
pink because you think it's cool and it looks cool. Like you're
It's the hat that
wearing
I
it
got
for
on sale.
you're wearing it for style though.
It's in the rotation, yeah.
Yeah.
How many majors does Jose Luis Arizialo have?
I think that there is a problem with the holier than thou golfers out there. So
I expect you to think that. That's fine.
yeah, I mean,
Which I don't think I am that because I don't play at a country club. So I think it's hard to be that when you're, I think there's a certain
if you could
standard.
afford it, you probably would.
Nope, I'm loyal to one course and one course only, sir. I
Well,
think
you're probably trying to talk the owners into turning it into a country club to not allow
not one
us,
time have I said that.
us regulars there.
There's certain people that play in your golf league who mentioned the good old days of, eating a steak after league, and I've heard that a lot. Which who the
Well,
fuck cares about that?
Some people like to.
They want to be a country
have a
club.
meal.
Yeah, that's what.
I don't think that it is a country club. Like, I mean, heaven forbid you cook a cheeseburger.
Heaven forbid
on a
twice in the
Thursday
last
night.
year. Whoa. Or in the last 5 minutes. Heaven forbid.
I
twice.
mean, heaven forbid you cook a cheeseburger on a Thursday night for the 114
What does it even
guys
mean?
that come out. What do you mean?
I don't even know what that means.
Anyways,
We're talking
this
about stuff
got
that nobody
way
knows
off the
anything about.
rails. Way off the rails. I thought I saw Ethan scoping out Panther Creek the other day. Yeah, you should have saw him when he got out there to watch the corn ferry.
What?
Guy was laying on the ground, rolling around. Greatest day of his life, stepping on those grounds.
Is there a dark history behind Panther Creek like there is Augusta National?
I don't. Did you pee in Panther Creek?
Well, the dark history at Augusta is the guy
Is there-
who essentially
is there-
created the Masters killed himself at Augusta.
I thought.
And they didn't allow black people or women. It was a whole big thing. So there you go. It's true. It's the dark history of Augusta National. Not talked about at all. And I do get a little annoyed by the holier than thou Augusta thing, but I also think it's great in some ways. Like, because I feel like that place is run so efficiently that I think other events, like, think of how big of a disaster the PGA was at Valhalla last year. I understand that it's hard to, do it whenever you're having a different course every year if you're the PGA of America or the USGA, but Augusta is run extraordinarily efficiently. And I think not having your phone out there is cool.
I
know a lot of people are like, oh, why can't you have your phone? Yeah. I tell those people to shut it.
I agree.
Because they got the
I
phone booths.
absolutely
You
agree with
call
that.
you call people at home. It's great. Ooh, what I miss? What are they showing on TV? Did I miss this? Did I miss that? That's what I'll say about that. But overall, that amateur who pissed in the creek and wore an upside down hat and played shitty golf should never be able to be there again. And I've heard via a couple of sources that he will not be invited back. So either earn it or you're never getting an invite. Just go to Live. That's such a Live guy anyway.
Did somebody bust him out for peeing in the creek, or did he just offer up that knowledge on his own?
There's a restroom right next to there, you dummy.
Yeah, well, that's on him. But the upside down hat thing, like, it's just a hat, guys.
It's. I don't think it meets the
insane.
standard. I don't think it meets the standard of Augusta National. Neither does Sergio Garcia, by the way, for dressing like a fucking loser.
Yeah, send that tool to Live. Yeah, he'll make millions. I'm sure he'll be crying in his $1 million bills, Finkel.
Do you think John Rahm regrets going to Live?
No.
How could you not, though? I mean, you're so relevant now.
I don't think he cares.
Okay, then it's absolute bullshit.
What's more important, generational wealth or
no? Here's my problem with Rahm.
being relevant?
Here's my problem with Rahm.
Sergio dresses like a Happy Meal. Exactly.
This is very easy point to make with Rahm. This is a guy who talks so much about like Sevi Ballesteros and legacy and being from Spain and all this shit. You can't go to Live and pretend that you care that much about your legacy, because your legacy now is nowhere near what it would have been if you didn't go to Live.
Man,
I'm just saying, there's like one guy who is at Live whose legacy. Two guys. There's two guys that are at Live that their legacy is more about winning than them going to Live. Maybe three.
Do you think back in 1942 when Sevi was around, he would have
when he was around?
he would have went to this new golf league for $100 million because it set his family up for life, or not?
I don't know. I think he's a guy who was very much not. I think he questioned a lot of the PGA Tour stuff, so I could have seen that, I suppose.
I mean, they were literally making $10,000 back then. So,
but my point with Rahm is that he talked a lot about his legacy and then did that. So I don't know. And he knows he made a mistake because he thought that the deal would be done by now, and it's not.
Well, I mean, he's still playing in majors, isn't he?
Playing poorly, yes.
I think that's where your legacy happens.
He hasn't. Yeah,
playing the RBC Heritage that nobody's going to watch, but
good golf tournament.
But it doesn't have cuts, and that it's okay if the PGA Tour does it.
I find it interesting that you say nobody's going to watch when literally nobody is watching Live. It's interesting.
I've been watching Live.
You're one of 11 people, yeah.
Sure. All right, shut this down.
We got to talk about films.
I don't care about films.
What did Finkel say? Wait until I turn 20 and understand the appeal. I understand the appeal. It's just not. It's not the way that I view golf.
It's hard to worry about generational wealth when you're. Never mind.
I care about like the trash courses that they play. I think if they play better courses, it's true.
Holy cow!
They play Greenbrier. Like, it's not. Come on. Ooh, Bryson shot 58 at Greenbrier. Was he wearing shorts or not? Because if he's wearing shorts, doesn't count. Like, Riviera is such a better course than any of the courses Liv plays.
I mean, Bryson's been going around trying to break course records. He can't shoot 58 he couldn't shoot 58 at Edgewood.
Yeah, he could.
We couldn't.
I'd caddy for him and I'd help him on every hole. 1's a free birdie. 2's a birdie, maybe an eagle. 3's a birdie. He's got to hit a good wedge in there. 4's a birdie. 5's an eagle. 6 is a birdie. Drive the green. 7's an eagle.
You probably drive 7.
If he drives 7, I bet he could get to like 20 yards.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Hey. Don't chewing up my putting mat.
I think the chat is gone, so I think we're good. I mean, I don't want to talk to Finkel anymore.
The chat's gone.
We lost him.
We literally have been on a tangent for the last half hour. Stop it.
That's what happens in the off season. It's not all Illini all the time in the off season.
It's true. If you don't like it, that's why we do it at the end. You can leave.
Yeah, there's no other Illini show that's doing this at the end of their programs.
Maybe next time we preface this part of the show and tell people they can go ahead and leave if they're listening on the podcast station.
Next time we will do that, yes.
All right. Fun topics. What films did you want to talk about? Why don't we let you talk about your films real quick? And
I didn't really have anything specific. I just wrote it down.
oh, okay. Stop.
Plus the chat's gone. So Finkel talking about Banshees of Inisherin.
That's not even a real thing.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, he's trying to pretend like he's fancy.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe. We love you.
Underwood Thin Ice. It's about to come on. So episode 265 is going to be whenever Illinois lands somebody, I guess. Hopefully they get somebody in the next week, and then we can go live next Wednesday.
We'll see you guys in May. We might be back Wednesday just to BS with you, though.
That would be a YouTube program, yes.
Yeah, it would just be on YouTube. No episode, so.
Underwood.
Thin ice!